Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
I'm Katie.
And we are excited that you're here for our Halloween episode. The annual crazy, spooky, we don't know what's going to happen. It's always something new. It's also National Pumpkin Day.
Today?
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing the jacket.
Oh, that's it.
That's the only reason. What should people do, Katie?
You should go to geekscorner.live. And right there's going to be our video and a little chat box. And you can tell Mr. Daps all about how you're celebrating Pumpkin Day. And I hope it's by wearing the exact same jacket.
That would be funny. You should tweet pictures of your pumpkin jackets at us. Hashtag Geeks Corner, of course.
Geeks Corner.
We are going to have some fun tonight, as we always do. Before we get into anything else, though, we should say if you have any Disney travel plans coming up in the future, please consider Mouseways Travel. They're the official travel partner of DAPs Magic and Geeks Corner. They will take care of the details so you can enjoy the magic, and there's no cost. It's a great thing. All you have to do is go to mouseways.com/dapsmagic, and Matthew will take very good care of you, just like he takes very good care of us. And we know because we've used him. So let's move right on into the show tonight. Because it is Halloween, we brought in some help.
We did?
Yes, we did.
Okay, we did.
Harry Larry is back.
Oh, no.
And he has jokes.
He got a job?
I don't know if he got a job, but he's got jokes. Do you want to see a joke?
Yeah, I'll see a joke.
Okay. Here's your first Halloween joke.
Why do ghosts go on diets? So they can keep their ghoulish figures. Ha
You know, I don't know that he's a stand-up comedian. I don't think that's his job.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll give him another try later.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will. We'll see. Let's see how that goes. All right. Well, this week snow fell on the castle as it often does, and we should make note of this because last week, what did you say, Katie?
I don't want to talk about what I said last week. Last week, I said that snow is always on the castle before my birthday, and you said, well, now that you said that, it's going to fall on your birthday.
And what happened?
Snow fell on my birthday.
It fell on your birthday.
I think I sent you a text saying something along the lines of like, no, there's snow on the castle.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, you shouldn't have said anything.
It's true.
So yeah,
you opened that door.
It always happens before my birthday, and I should have known that meant it was going to happen on my birthday this year. But hey, it was a light dusting, just a little sprinkle.
It continues to come down, and it's getting stronger. So
snow came down.
Yeah, something like that. Let's hear another joke.
Oh boy.
Why did the policeman ticket the ghost on Halloween? It didn't have a haunting license. Get it? Haunting? Okay.
Yeah.
You let him do this?
Yeah, he needs something to do.
Okay, he needed something to do. That's fair.
So talk about your Halloween costume, Katie.
So my Halloween costume, I feel like we talked about on Geeks Corner a couple months ago. The Roger Rabbit cartoon spin attraction will be rethemed to surround Jessica Rabbit PI and all her adventures. And
I had this thought as you were saying it was going to be rethemed. I was like, it's not going to spin anymore. It's going to jump.
It's going to
skip.
Yeah.
It's going to skip.
That
hop, would be funny.
Skip and jump.
Yes.
So yeah, I was considering some other Halloween costumes. And then like on the night of Oogie Boogie Bash when we were there, I was like, I'm seeing a lot of people do the costumes. I was considering, what if I did this? And so I did.
And you did
this. I'm very happy with it. So I've been very excited, and I was like really bad at keeping the secret for the last month. So it was
so bad.
Yeah, I was. It was really hard to not say something, but
you did it. Well done. All right, we'll keep moving with the Halloween themes, and that of course means it's time for another joke.
Oh gosh.
What is a ghost's favorite dessert? Ice cream. Get it? Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Never mind.
That one was my favorite.
Yeah, I like that he keeps asking us if we get it.
I feel like he's like, I'm gonna keep pushing this joke and maybe
Yeah.
somebody will get it, and everybody's just staring there watching in horror.
You know, bud, everybody got it. If you're listening.
Maybe you got it. I feel like people should be rating every joke that Harry is doing.
That was my favorite one so far.
Yeah.
I'll tell you if any of the other ones surpass that.
Okay, that's the winner so far. Also, for this time of year, it's a great time to hop on to Disney Plus. And I posted an article, was it this last week, I think?
Yeah, it was a couple days ago.
Yes. But it's the top 5 Halloween movies that are on Disney Plus. And those are just 5 of dozens. Like, and it depends how liberal you are with definition of Halloween movies and programming, because you could probably even say like WandaVision could be somewhat appropriate for Halloween.
There's a Halloween episode.
There's a Halloween episode. So my question for you is, of those 5 or beyond, what would you say is the one Halloween movie that everybody should be watching on Disney Plus for Halloween?
Muppets Haunted Mansion.
That's fair.
Easier.
Okay.
Can I say something that's not on the list?
Oh, sure. No, it doesn't have to be on the
I
list.
know, but like
anywhere.
that is my answer.
Yes.
And my true answer was something on a list.
Okay.
Very genuinely, everyone should be watching Muppets Haunted Mansion. If you've only watched it once, watch it again. It's really
or
fun.
2 or 3 or 4 more times, just because the more numbers we get for that, the more chance we get of another one.
Yeah, and it's fun and it makes me happy, and I really like Muppets Haunted Mansion.
I agree.
My more parody answer is everyone should be watching Haunted Mansion 2003. The Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion. Why are you guys so mean to that movie? It's a good Halloween movie.
It is a Halloween movie. Like, that works.
I said it's a good Halloween movie, and you said it is a Halloween movie. And now I'm feeling like Harry Larry. But yeah.
Okay.
I think it's good. I think that and Country Bear Jamboree were both not as bad as people
For
made out to
Halloween?
be. No. I was just saying attraction movies.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But you know,
I would
Clocky
go
is
with,
saying.
yeah, he's stealing it from me. Blackbeard's Ghost, I think, there's a few movies I watch every Halloween, and one of them is the Ghost of Mr. Chicken, which is not Disney. Another one, also not Disney. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
It's true. That's a classic.
Yes. And the third one that very frequently is watched every year would be Blackbeard's Ghost.
It's true.
It is a classic.
It's true.
I think Hocus Pocus deserves honorable mention as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that's one that should be watched frequently. Nightmare Before Christmas. I actually like Christmas better than Halloween, the more I've thought about it.
Consider it a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I think it's more of a Christmas movie. In fact, I think they should retheme Haunted Mansion the day after Halloween and go a little bit later.
I'm gonna start dying on this hill, guys. Like, I really want classic Haunted Mansion during Halloween time. And I've even in making conversation with a lot of people lately, they've also been upset that classic Haunted Mansion is not available during October.
And you wonder if part of it is just they've been doing the same thing for so long that now it's become a routine, and it's just like, oh, well, this is when we do it, as opposed to doing it right when they're doing the switch over to Christmas. And that can be pretty cool too.
So that's a thing.
Yeah. There will be a DAPs watch of Blackbeard's Ghost very soon, I think, just because reservations are hard to come by on Sundays. So DAPs watch will be coming back very soon, it's looking like.
This is feeling like the MCU. DAPs watch will return in
2021.
You know how like they do that in Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also reminds me of James Bond, because they do that too.
Oh.
Like, James Bond will return.
It's really funny because I was just listening to a podcast today, and they did this really extended bit about Casino Royale.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
You know what's also good?
Oh no.
Jokes from Harry Larry.
Oh boy. Yay.
We'll see. We will see.
Where does a ghost go on vacation? Malibu. Get it? Malibu? Boo. Okay.
I liked when he said boo.
I like the part where you said boo. Yeah.
I like the whole, like, I'm going to explain the joke.
It's very sweet. It's endearing.
I don't know if it's either of those things, but
I find it endearing.
I'm amused by it. Speaking of things returning soon, the Disneyland Trams
Ooh, beep beep.
are returning sometime in early 2022.
So what do you take that to mean? Like early 2022 is very broad.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking of what's the last time we got something like that, which was winter 2021, which is now this winter.
Which is now just
So
winter.
I'm kind of wondering if like early 22 or 2022,
It's hard to say.
we get like this year coming this year or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm really hoping for like January, but my heart is telling me like February or March. I don't know. This is my current speculation. No one has to write anything down.
Good job.
Thank you.
The hat goes on the head.
Hat goes on the head.
Mhm.
I'm just really excited that trams are coming back. Not that I ever really.
And I do think you have a
participated in
point. I think it
trams,
will be
but-
by the time that spring break arrives, they'll want to have these back
For
just
sure.
because the amount of people going in and out. Like that's almost like having that throng of people all walking out at the same time and then all getting stuck on the escalators at the same time.
Yeah.
It kind of the trams actually work kind of as a throttle
Definitely.
for the toys, Pixar pals and Big
Mickey
Kid
and
Friends parking structures. I
We
can do
never
that.
park there, so we don't even know what it's called.
No, we get lost. But yeah, that's when I predict it's going to be. When this was announced, it was the same day that we discovered that prices were going up at the Disneyland Resort. Is this the segue to another joke? No, this is true. It was also the day that the Dream Key was no longer sold and it said sold out on the app. What do you think about all of this, Katie?
Okay. I'm gonna be completely honest. Is that okay?
Please.
Okay. I don't think the Dream Key is sold out.
You think it's a temporary hiatus?
I think that they may be throttling past sales. But I don't think it's sold out. I do think it's
I
really
think they could honestly say it's sold out for now.
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had
It'll be interesting because if they're sold out, to me that means there's not
until
going to be
next year.
until August, right? Was that
Yeah,
what it was?
that's what you would think.
Was that 25th?
25th.
Yeah, so August 25th, by this logic, that's when it comes back. However, it could be sold out that there's a pace they were aiming, and so it could be
Maybe.
sold out for that. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out.
That's the biggest iffy thing to me.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in this tier 6.
It also could be a amount of people capacity thing too.
Yeah, I'm also
Anyway.
very interested in tier 6 for Disneyland tickets. I'm guessing that's like your Christmas Day is your 4th of July is your New Year's.
Some of the
Day,
high
or New Year's
peak
Eve.
spring break probably.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that's not like I'm guessing that's some few and far between days.
It'll be interesting to see how often it's used and how it changes. I actually was thinking, I was talking with a friend earlier today, and he was asking me the different options basically. And I literally got to a point where I was like, I know all these, but I'm kind of like iffy on some of the names and options and prices. And I finally turned to him like, I know a guy and he always says simple is hard. And I feel like this has gotten really hard because it's not simple.
Yep.
And so I'm very curious like how this is all going to play out because he's just trying to plan a trip with his grandkids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm actually like, I'm decent at this. Like, I know a little bit about Disney and I'm even having a hard time keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they don't even have, like, we were joking with him. I'm like, they don't even have the Disney Genie out yet. So there's 3 more options we can have. I think it was like 14 options I was counting or something that you can have.
Ouch. Yeah.
Because you have the 6 tiers, you have the 4 passes, which is really 3. So there you're at 10. You've got 2 different options or 2 different prices for parking, depending on if it's in a hotel or actually 3, we could say, if you do Downtown Disney ever. Also,
Why would you ever park in downtown Disney?
I don't know, but that's a change. Also, then you also have the 3 Disney Genies, so that puts you at 14.
Woof.
But that's a lot to know before you've even gotten to the park, as opposed to, Knott's Berry Farm, where you can just be like, hey, here's my ticket, I'm going in.
100%.
And it's one thing and you just go. Like, I actually think there's something to be said for that. I also agree that there's definitely a capacity issue and a supply and demand issue that Disneyland has that most places don't. I just wonder if there's not a simpler of like low, medium, high that would just make it a little bit easier for especially people that don't know what they're getting into, for them to understand.
If we're overwhelmed by a lot of this information,
yeah, I just think it's getting a little bit complicated, and I think I understand the reason why, and that makes sense to me. I just wonder if there'd be a benefit for the enjoyability. Like, I think people would pay a little bit more for it to be simpler.
I agree.
But I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out. And we knew that there was going to be, like, I would have been shocked if we made it to New Year's without a price increase.
Ain't that the truth?
Because every year there's a price increase, and every year there's a bit of a and then it all ends up getting busy again. So people keep finding money for Disney, but we will see how that all plays out. And to their credit, the passes did not go up in prices this week. I'm sure they will in the next 6 months, but maybe January. I don't know.
You're probably not wrong.
It'll be interesting, and that's when they'll open up more. I don't know. It's possible. Like, and it's at the end of the day, it's a supply and demand challenge for both Disney and the guests, and it's keeping that balance between price and happiness and busyness and all of that fun stuff. And I don't think there's any great perfect answer.
No, that's not my job.
Yeah, I would. That's too much math. All right, you know what time it is, Katie?
And I guess it's time for another joke.
It is time. Harry, Larry, take it away.
What does a panda ghost eat? Bamboo. You get the theme? I like it.
Did you get the theme? He likes it.
Bamboo.
When he first started saying that, I thought he was going to say Bam Bam for some reason. I don't know. From Flintstones.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's just where my brain went. All right, keep moving right along. Plaza Point is now open.
The Holiday Shoppe.
The Holiday Shoppe. And it is where the former, I guess it was Kodak Photo Supply, technically.
Mm-hmm.
But PhotoPass was there previously. And we visited it very briefly on Sunday. What were your initial thoughts about that?
Well, I also got to visit it for a little bit. Just kidding. That was also on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm really confused. I don't know what day.
That was Sunday.
Yeah, I visited it in the afternoon as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It's cute. I will say that it's not a lot of space, but that is because if you think about how big the Kodak Photo Supply wasn't a ton of space.
And they actually added more space.
Because they took out that big counter that was right down the middle.
Yeah. I will say it felt the most crowded of anything
but it's also
that we've been to since the parks reopened.
New store, like a rush to see new things. Also, we're getting into that time of year where people get really excited about holiday.
Well, and the decorations in it, I think, are some of the best.
They're really cute, except for the creepy dolls in the middle.
They're kind of funny too.
They're scary.
Like up on the walls, there's all of the different stuff from around the world I thought was really cool. And the window dressings were really cool, I thought. I
will say my biggest criticism of the store is that they're trying to say they're representing all holidays. It's 95% a Christmas store.
But didn't they say that was going to be Christmas year round, and then there'll be other things that pop in and out?
No.
That's what it said in the parks blog.
Yeah, so
they do need an elf on the shelf.
The
though,
Hanukkah section is about like this big.
Yeah,
and we're not even getting like it's called the holiday season because there's a ton of holidays right in these 3 months, and so it's like 98% Christmas, 2% Hanukkah, no other holidays.
Yes, I'm hopeful there's more coming.
I'm also hopeful there's more coming. That's just my biggest thing right now is I just want to see more of that. Because I don't know that there's a lot of that in the parks at the moment.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they add more and how much they add, how much market share that actually picks up. Because at the end of the day, it's a business.
I know.
And well, my point being is that if they've got say 2% Hanukkah stuff right now, is that a representation of the amount of sales they've had in the past or a focus group somewhere? Or is that we're not quite there yet, and this is what we had around the rest of the resorts, so we're putting it all in the same place?
I've just seen a lot of my friends who celebrate Hanukkah extremely disappointed in that. And it's the same live, laugh, Latka stuff.
Well, the other part that I didn't even think of until just now is you had a year of not buying new
True.
stuff, and it takes a while to source these things.
Well, and currently, as we all know, there's a lot of things that are sitting on cargo ships.
So it might be 6 miles that way for all we know.
Yeah, we
Who
might not
knows?
see it for another year.
That's an interesting thing too, because it could be literally there was supposed to be more, and it's a supply issue.
Yeah. Which I'm sure this is your daily reminder. Be nice to people in retail, because
Especially this year.
but like every single year. But right now, especially going into the holidays, a lot of people are going to be sold out of so many different things because of
And shop
that.
early.
Shop early.
Go to our shop.
Shop DAPs Magic.
Get your DAPs gear today.
Confuse your friends, or introduce us to your friends.
Send pictures of you wearing your DAPs gear or your Geeks Corner gear.
Also, like, shop locally. Find really cool places in your community to support, because
I'd like to think we're local everywhere.
But those are the people that need it the most this year.
Yes.
So
I agree completely.
Yeah, dude, that's my PSA for the day.
That's a good PSA. Well
Good
done.
PSA.
You know what's also good?
No.
Penguin jokes. You ready?
Yeah.
What is in a ghost nose? Boogers. Think about that. It's true. I'll just leave you with that thought.
That one might be my new favorite.
Boogers. That's you know what? I'm just waiting, and I don't think he's gonna do it. But do you think I could request a joke about Maliboomer?
You could request it,
Maliburitos?
but you already took it.
I'm just saying
You made the joke. Now it's there. Like it's gone.
Okay. I will unrequest my jokes, I suppose.
Too late. All right. Continuing along. Good one. You caught the hat. So, you know, in Indiana Jones, the hat never came off. Like it was like stapled to his head, all that fun stuff. Not Indiana Jones.
It hasn't fallen. It hasn't come off my head.
That is true. All right. Today we learned that the Main Street Electrical Parade appears to be returning to the Disneyland Resort just in time. Well, maybe just in time for its 50th anniversary, which would be July 17th, 2022. Katie, what do you think about the return of this revered, legendary, fabled, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, parade?
I'm simply excited we're getting a nighttime parade. I'll be completely honest. My first instinct was, cool, we're getting entertainment.
Yeah.
I will also say that the Bro Down always makes me happy. Like, hearing it brings a smile to my face. I was going around work today, and you know, I am in a new store with a lot of people that don't know me, and so me singing the Main Street Electrical Parade at the top of my lungs was very confusing to a lot of people, I'm sure.
Or it just made him smile.
I hope it made them smile, and I hope they went, wow, that's my boss, and she's very weird.
Fair. Totally fair.
You know, I understand. I'm just excited. Do I think that this parade is also just very old, and I think it's funny how many times it has gone away? Yeah.
I think they should stop saying it's glowing away.
They should 100% stop saying it. But to me, there's an element of it makes it funnier every time they say,
well, at this point,
no, it's serious this time.
Yeah.
Because none of us believe them.
And I honestly, at this point, if it's made it 50 years, it's like you got to go for 100.
You gotta.
Like, and that's actually, I think, part of its charm is because it is really so, I almost want to say analog, for lack of a better term, but it is so classic that even though it's not as flashy and fancy as something like Paint the Night or Magic Happens, it does keep chugging away. And there's that magical moment where you see, Elliot coming down the street, or you see, what are you laughing at?
Have you heard of the thought experiment of the ship of Theseus?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Like, it was just, I thought about how they sold all the light bulbs.
Yeah.
And you said we'd go for 100, and I was like, at that point, it's 100% the ship of Theseus. Yeah,
well, it totally is that.
I had to laugh.
But yeah, I actually think there's some. It's kind of like the electrical water pageant just had its 50th.
100%.
And there's something very simplistically charming and magical about seeing that floating out in the dark.
There's
in Walt Disney
also
World.
it's 100% a generational thing to me because my grandfather, who passed away about 10 years ago, Main Street Electrical Parade was something that he really loved and enjoyed, and it's something that I get to enjoy now. So there is that soft spot for me for Main Street Electrical Parade.
Well, and it's a different part of the heart where that's kind of a nostalgia, like it's kind of like the old Christmas feel, like that feeling, and as opposed to something like Paint the Night where it's much more energetic
Vibrant
and exuberant, and you're like pumped up and jazzed about it. Like you're not really, like, I don't get pumped up and jazzed about Electrical Parade, but I find myself feeling very happy and like it's just it makes you feel good.
Well, and I've now been able to create new memories. Like specifically when I think about the last run of Main Street Electrical Parade, I think of a really dear friend that was a part of it, part of making the magic happen, and how many times I got to just run into the park just to watch Main Street Electrical Parade. That was really special to me. And so as much as I love to scoff and roll my eyes because it's fun to joke about Main Street Electrical Parade coming back, I am happy because it is so ingrained in Disneyland history.
Yeah,
it's
and
very special.
It's almost to the point where it's kind of like the castle, or it's like Haunted Mansion, or like it's become an icon that really is a part of the magic. And I get people like other parades more.
Yeah.
But I don't think you necessarily have to hate on the Electric Parade because it is very magical and it's very sweet. And
I wasn't expecting to get so nostalgic about it.
And
tonight.
It totally is like a warm hug. Yeah. And I'm glad it's coming back. I think it's actually probably one of the most. It might be one of those things that hits people harder than they expect it to, just because of after all of the closures and everything. Like this will be a true like entertainment's back. The Electrical Parade is back. Disney's completely
I'm
back.
also for sure gonna cry at the first A Christmas Fantasy, to be completely honest.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Like Christmas time and cheer.
Well,
and
I think the
things.
first time we're seeing Christmas Fantasy will be at that
at the
Christmas party.
Disney Merriest Nights.
Yep. All right. Well, we have been very nostalgic and shared our feelings.
It's time for a joke.
It's time for a joke.
Where do ghosts buy their food? At the ghostery store. Get it? Ghostery? Ghost. Ghost. They're all ghost jokes. Okay, never mind.
They're all ghost jokes. Wow.
That one was my new favorite.
Yeah, you know.
That one was
I don't know what's
so
funnier.
bad that it was
the joke
good.
Or the after the jokes.
I think after the jokes.
I think that's the funnier part.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% honest.
Yeah. Well, it is Halloween time, and usually that means we have a musical number. So, Katie, take it away. Name that too.
Take it
away. All right, we really do have a Halloween tune for you. It is one of the most classic Halloween songs of all time that you just don't want to miss. So enjoy this very geeky rendition of I Put a Spell on You.
I was playing the whole time. You guys couldn't hear me.
Yeah, she was playing I Put a Spell on You. We just didn't have dual cam.
Yeah, that's fine.
Really need to work on that. But welcome to Geeks Corner Plus. We are now a minute and a half into this. We hope you're enjoying this extended episode of Geeks Corner. No, you're not?
I was being cute. My bad.
Oh, I thought you were shaking your head.
No, I
No,
was
we don't
like-
Oh, okay. It was like, no Geeks Corner Plus. You never know.
I love Geeks Corner Plus.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. When you're holding it tight, it won't resound as much.
Okay, here's one of the microphone to pick it up.
There you go. I'm pretty sure it is, but there you go. It's even better.
That's good.
All right, but we're almost out of time. But before we are out of time,
Oh gosh.
guess what?
Did Harry Larry make it to Geeks Corner Plus?
We have one more joke.
Oh boy.
Hopefully it's good.
Why did the ghost go to the bar? For the booze. That's what I'm getting for these jokes, aren't I? Happy Halloween.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite. By far. That was my
I
favorite.
love that he totally gave up by then too. Yeah. It was his best joke.
Well, that's the punchline. It was like the way he said it was just so good.
He's over it.
That was real good.
That well done, Harry.
I loved that.
And his sarcastic happy Halloween.
I loved it.
You know, if he'd have been wearing a Halloween tie, I bet that would have been.
Oh, he would have looked handsome.
And he would have looked like he had a costume on or something. I don't know. Like that would have been pretty cool too. All right, Katie, we are running out of time for tonight. What should people do?
Go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, and subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss anything.
Like that. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've still got videos going up from Florida. We've got videos going up from Disneyland. We've got live videos happening. You don't want to miss any of it, along with the daily history videos with Egon and our weekly news. But that is all the time that we have for you this week. We hope you have a very happy Halloween, and we will see you round the corner.
Bye.